started.
Okay, so our next example is in an examination 70% candidates in an examination 70% candidate passed in English, 65% candidate passed in mathematics, and 27% failed in both subjects. Now see, the passed candidate in both subject will be 73%. Now how we keep this equation, or how we arrange this equation? Now see, if this is a circle and this is one circle and both the circle are intersecting each other, these are the percentage of maths and these are the percentage of English. Now this shaded portion denotes the candidate that are passed in both subject. Now when we say ki we have to calculate the total number of passed candidates, but if we add directly 70 and 65, we get the false result. Why? Because some candidates we take twice, or they get repeat, because they passed in English also, they passed in maths also. So few students are or will be repeated here. That's why how we solve this? So pass percentage means total number of pass student is equal to passed student in English, passed student in maths minus this both passed wale. Okay, now arrange this in a equation form and solve. So how we can arrange this? Now say, so total number of pass student, total pass percentage is equal to passed percent in maths plus pass percent in English minus this shaded portion, which is passed percent in both subjects. Now you know how many students passed in maths. So 65% passed in math, 70% passed in English, and 73% passed in both subjects. Now solve this. 65 plus 70 become 135 minus 73. So 62% student passed in an examination, because in 73% which are passed in both subjects, they include both subjects. So out of them, some did not get passed in English, some did not get passed in maths, they passed in only one subject. So we have to extract the students which get repeated, and the repeated student if we extract, then the result is obtained. Okay, now the next example is price of tea be increased by 20%, and then find by how much percent the householder must reduce the consumption so that he has not increase in expenditure. Now see, previously when we learn about the topic in the last lecture, we had learned some formulas which are standard formulas where expenditure remains the same or constant, and if price increase, we should reduce the consumption. So there is the formula to calculate the percentage reduction in the consumption if expenditure remains the constant, and the formula is x upon 100 plus x into 100. Now here reduction or increase in the price is 20%. So 20 upon 100 plus 20 multiplied by 100. So it becomes 20 upon 120 multiplied by 100. 110 will get cancelled. 200 divided by 12 gives you the answer as 16 as to 2 upon 3%. So this much consumption you have to reduce from the original so that expenditure will remain constant. It is the standard formula. Now the petrol price is reduced by 10%. Find how much user must increase the consumption of petrol so that expenditure of the petrol is not decreased. Again, the reverse of the previous formula you have to use. The formula is x upon 100 minus x into 100. Now x is 10. Put the values and calculate the answer. It is for homework. Now the next one is a candidate must get 33% marks to pass. He gets 220 marks and fail by 11 marks. Then what is the maximum number of marks? Okay. So final marks we have to calculate. So see, if suppose the exam is of x marks. Now how much he get? 33%. So 33 upon 100x. Okay. Is equal to 220 plus 11 because he get failed by 11 marks. Okay. Okay. Understood? Because 33% need to crack the exam. So if exam is of 100 marks, student must get 33 marks to pass it. But he gets something marks like 30 and he failed by 3 marks. Okay. Now we have to put this in the equation. Same. So 33% marks to be needed to crack the exam. If total marks of the exam is x, student get 220 marks but he failed by 11 marks. Means if he had 231 marks, then he will pass that exam. So 33 upon 100 into x upon is equal to 231. So x is equal to 231 multiplied by 100 divided by 33. Now 231 can be divided with 3. How? Because its addition of the number is divisible by 3. Okay. Now 11 3s are 33, or we will first divide it with 3. So 3 7s are 21. 2 will be the remainder and 3 7s are 21, and here we got the value as 11. So 11 1s are 11 and 11 7s are 77. So your answer is 700. So the exam is of 700 marks. He get 220 marks and he failed by 11 marks. So he must acquire if 231 marks, then he will be passed, because pass criteria is of 33%. Okay. Now understood the problems that are based on the percentage. Here we leave, and we will learn our next topic of profit and loss in the next session. Okay. Till then, subscribe to my channel and follow me.